Hello, Forest of Ash, Lesson 2, Household Magic. As witches, our homes can provide us with all kinds of items to work magic with. It is just a case of thinking outside of the box to see what magical energies everyday items have within them. Using everyday items for spell work will not only bring you more in touch with the magical energy within your home, but it is also a very kitchen witch way of working, as it doesn't cost money. This lesson will hopefully open you up to the magic within your home and also help you connect with their energy. Every item has its own energy field. I have given some examples here, but encourage you to look at every room, every shelf, in every cupboard, and at each item you use on a daily basis. The bathroom. Let's start by looking at the rooms in your home. How about the bathroom? If you had to work a spell and the only room available to you was the bathroom, what would you use? Yep, I know it's a bizarre scenario and one that is fairly unlikely to happen, but I find it helps me to focus on what magic I could work with the everyday household objects that are found in the bathroom. Bath. A ritual bath is the obvious one here. Add herbs, spices, and oils to your bath water that correspond with your intent. Whether you want to release and purify before ritual, or provide healing or love energy, or anything else. I do recommend popping dried herbs, spices, and flowers into a piece of muslin or organza bag and hang it over the taps rather than sprinkling it all into the bath. It helps when draining the water and not having to unclog the plug hole. Also be mindful that adding oils to the bath water can make the bottom and sides of the bath very slippery. Sink. Fill with water and sprinkle dried herbs or oils on the top and use it to scry with. The plug. This one can be used in the bath or sink as a means of releasing energy or removing blockages. Fill the bath or sink with water and then use the plug as a symbolic gesture to release the blockages. The shower. This is perfect for washing away negative energy. Shampoo. Shampoo, shower gel, and soap are all forms of cleanser, so they can be added to any spell to help cleanse, purify, and remove negative energy. Shaving foam. Have fun with this. If it can be used to draw sigils or symbols on your face, body, or in the sink or bath, and these can then be washed away. Plasters. Sticking plasters are used for protecting cuts, so it makes perfect sense to me anyway that a plaster can be used to any spell work to bring protection. It can be also used to bring things together with its sticky energy. Makeup remover. It can be used to wipe away any kind of glamour and reveal the truth. Toilet. A classic receptacle for anything that needs to be removed. Write a person's name or a bad habit or issue you want to be rid of on toilet paper and flush it down the toilet. I would obviously recommend using toilet paper as we don't want to add any more issues to the eco problem. Flannels or face cloths can be used to wrap your herbs, spices and flowers in, tie up with ribbon and hang on the tap. Mirror or mirror magic. That is a whole subject on its own, which we will cover at some point. But it is a reflective surface which can be used for divination, shadow work, and seeking the truth. Scissors, used to cut ties and cords that bind or attach you to negative situations. Nail clippers can be used for the same purpose. Toothbrush, a makeshift wand, perhaps. Toothpaste. As you brush your teeth, visualize the toothpaste helping you to communicate clearly and concisely, releasing any communication issues or blockages of speech. You could use mouthwash in the same way. Mirror magic. For thousands of years, people have gazed into mirrors hoping to see a glimpse of the past, hidden secrets, or the future. Mirrors have and can be used as charms, amulets, spell components, and as a meditative focus. Magic mirrors. Mirror, mirror on the wall. The magic mirror is one of the oldest tools employed in both divination and spell casting. The classic magic mirror is a dark, concave on surface or reflective material. You can construct one for yourself by using the curved glass face of a clock and painting the convex side with glossy black paint. Some people keep one mirror for scrying and divination and one for spells. Elemental mirrors. To honour the four elements, make and use a separate mirror for each element. For instance, if you have a question about imagination, education, new ideas, or transformation, you would address that question to your air mirror. This idea can be taken another way by making elemental mirrors to connect with sylphs, salamanders, gnomes, or undines. Healing mirrors. Use a polished, shiny bowl, fill it with water, and charge it under the full moon, then drink the water. Maybe add herbs to the water too. Small mirrors or pieces of mirror can be used in creating amulets, talismans, or charms. Mirrors can be used in all sorts of magic: confidence, banishing, charm, communication, determination, fear, glamour, insight, luck, memories, money, truth, and promises. Mirrors are also good to use when shape shifting. Working with your mirror, keep the surface clean, charge, recharge, and bless your mirror regularly. Working on a full moon seems to work best for mirror magic. Burn incense to heighten your psychic awareness whilst you work. Work in the dark with candles, and don't focus too hard on the mirror's surface. It is your mind's eye that should be doing the seeing. Mirror deities are Aphrodite, Ceridwen, Hathor, Isis, Ocean, Venus, and Vesta. Some feng shui tips on the placement of nature in your home. It is good advice not to place a mirror in front of the bed, as they bring third-party influence into a marriage. Placing mirrors in the living room can help to enhance it. For example, if you have a stunning landscape outside the window, then hang a mirror on the opposite wall, and the beauty of the landscape will double. It is also advised not to place any mirrors in your workplace, as they magnify the workload. Don't hang a mirror opposite a door or a window, since they merely reflect the chi back at itself, and don't allow the energy to enter and circulate around your home. It is also advised that the placement of a mirror should never distort or cut into your image, as this symbolically distorts or cuts your chi, and mirrors should also have frames around them to contain the good energy. Don't place two mirrors opposite each other, as this indicates restlessness and the energy gets stuck between the two mirrors and can't move on. Place a mirror near the center of a room, building or altar to improve peace and a good luck. Hang a mirror over a doorway to bless those who enter and deter negativity. Phone magic. I was thinking about how much we use our mobile phones. It is quite sad to watch a parent walking down the street, pushing their child in a stroller, looking down at their phone the whole time. Aside from the obvious danger of not looking where they are going, how much are they missing? What about talking to the child about what they can see around them? What about actually taking a moment to look at the scenery itself? I do fail to understand, but perhaps it's just my age. Anyway, let me be clear here. I do have a smartphone and I use it a lot. It has helped me immensely in being able to work from home for a start. But what about magical uses for it? It got me thinking. Manifesting. I often put an image on the home or lock screen of something I want to happen, bring into my life or speed up. It means I see it often and add my energy to the spell to boost it. Meditation. I often plug in earphones and listen to guided meditations or relaxing music played from my phone via Spotify or YouTube. I will admit I don't watch videos via my phone. The screen is too small for these poor old eyes. But I do know a lot of people who use their phones to watch YouTube videos. Some of them even use them to watch my talks, which is fabulous. So the phone is used for learning and connecting with magical folk. Reference. The phone makes an appearance quite often to look up something. Obviously, this could be anything, unusually an actor that we've seen on a TV program, and I can't remember what else we've seen them. But it can be used for looking up magical properties, correspondences, deity info, etc. Plant identifying. We all have those moments when we are out and find a plant that we can't identify. The phones have wonderful apps that take a plant of the leaf or flower and show you options of what it might be. Incredibly useful, particularly if you are foraging. Music. Perhaps an obvious one, but music can really boost your soul and spirit and can help with magic. Playing a song that corresponds to your spell or ritual can really help increase the energy. It doesn't need to be pagan music, but there's some really good pagan bands out there. Compass. My phone has been used on a number of occasions to locate directions when holding an open ritual. The Compass app is very useful. Moon phases. There are a number of really good apps on phones for tracking the moon phases. Most of them also include the sun signs as well. Tarot and Oracle. You can find lots of apps on the phone for doing tarot or oracle card draws, daily cards or readings. Crystals. I need to look these up, but there are apparently some really good crystal guide apps available. Journal. You can keep a journal just about life in general. Record your dreams or even perhaps a concise version of your book of shadows. Vision board. Apps like Pinterest provide really excellent formats for creating online vision boards to manifest your desires. You can create different ones without the use of paper and glue. Life is busy and hectic these days, and for most of us, it's just about getting the balance. The phone is a useful tool for making our lives easier, being connected, and also as a magical tool. What do you use yours for? Magical makeup, body products. Painting your face with various colours is something that has been done for centuries, whether in the form of wall paint or to make yourself look and feel more beautiful. Thankfully, these days we don't have to use products that are poisonous or toxic as the Elizabethans did. Coming from being a teenager in the 1980s with the Moon Blue mascara and Amethyst Shimmer lipstick, I learnt my craft from the likes of Adamant, Toya, and Boy George, although I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. I do wear makeup a lot every time I go out, pretty much, although not just for walking the dog. If you don't wear makeup, then have a think about other products such as moisturizer, deodorant, lip salve, and hair products. Modern makeup can be wall paint, although with less woad. Often I refer to putting my makeup on as putting on my face. It can be used as a shield or a defense, something to protect you from the outside world. It can also be a big confidence booster. I would like to break it down and look at the magical properties of each item, because not only can it be a shield of power, but each item has its own energy that can be turned into spell work. Foundation. I've only just started wearing foundation in the last few years, once my menopausal skin hit me, but it does exactly what it says on the tin. It is a foundation, it's the base, the solid stability required. You can work that into your magic, whether you use a chant when you apply it or just visualize. It can be with the intent to provide you with stability and a strong foundation for your whole day. Concealer. Used by every teenager throughout time and menopausal women. Concealer hides things, it covers up and draws a veil over things you don't want to be seen. This works for all kinds of invisibility magic. Eyebrow pencil. Eyebrows are weird if you think about it. Basically, we all have facial hair growing above our eyes. I may rename them eye beards. Eyebrows in particular have travelled through a huge range of fashion designs from tiny skinny lines, tadpole shapes and big bushy brows. On a personal note from me, your eyebrows get thinner the older you get, just so as you know. It is also worth remembering a comment made to me by my daughter, who is a whiz with makeup. Your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. This was in response to my complaining that one of my eyebrows is longer than the other one. Your eyebrows are frames. They bring structure to your face. When we use a brow pencil, we fill in and shape the brows, so this can be used for magic. Blusher or rouge. This brings a rosy colour to your face. It brightens you up and makes you feel happy. Blusher is usually in red, pink and brown scale of colours, so it's all about love, passion and friendship. It puts you in the pink, definitely bringing a dash of happy, positive energy. Eyeshadow. The key here is the name shadow. Eyeshadow is used to shape the eye and bring a shadow. It could therefore be added to any kind of spells to help with shadow work, but applying it to your face, you could work with colour magic. Blue eyeshadow if you need better communication, pink if you're going on a date, ooh la la, green to bring in prosperity magic, you get the drift. Mascara. How I loved the neon blue mascara of the 80s. What is mascara applied with? A wand. You couldn't get much more magical than that. Use the wand to whip up some magical energy and direct it where you need it. Mascara is obviously used on your eyelashes, so for me it brings the magical of clear sight, clarity in any situation, or gaining a different perspective on an issue. Work with the intent as you apply it. You could also chant as you do so, something like magic of mascara, help me to see clearly, or something more poetic than my effort there. Eyeliner. Similar to mascara in that it can be clear sight or clarity, it enhances your eye shape and size, so it can really bring in a boost of seeing energy, work with the magic of the all-seeing eye. Lipstick. This perhaps brings a final flourish to the face. From a magical point of view, it is applied to your mouth, so it stands to reason that lipstick can work magic for communication. Whether you want to be heard above the noise or make yourself understood clearly, lipstick can bring that intent. And of course, colour can have a big impact. Nothing is more powerful than a woman in scarlet red lipstick. Powder or setting spray. In my day, and probably still now, final dusting of powder set your makeup in place. These days you can purchase a setting spray. It's a bit like hairspray for your face. In the magical realm, it can be used to set things in place or to finalise a spell. It is the so mote it be of the makeup world. Nail polish. Not only can you work colour magic with your nail polish, red for courage and power, blue for communication or healing, green for prosperity, etc., but each finger on your hand has a different meaning, so you could correspond the colour to your intent. Perfume and aftershave. Slightly off the makeup genre, but perfume and aftershave can add all sorts of magic to your world, particularly if you use essential oil-based scents. The magic of the plant or flower can be brought into play. If you use perfume in a rollerball holder, you can also draw symbols and sigils onto your body with the scent. Deodorant, whether in a spray or stick form, can be used as antiperspirant. It masks body odours, so it could be used in magic to hide or mask things. As it works against sweat, I think it can be used in magic to make you confident as well. And of course, any of the above could actually be used as ingredients in spell work. A drop of foundation in a spell for stability, or a sprinkle of eyeshadow in a spell to gain clarity. Think outside of the makeup box and expand your horizons. Handbag, bag, or pocket magic. The wallet a lady keeps her money in. This isn't limited to the ladies either. A lot of men carry bags. During the winter, when he has a coat on, my husband keeps his wallet, keys, and phone in his coat pockets. However, in the summer, he has a small bag instead. He refers to it as his hunky man sack. Make of that what you will. What have you got in your handbag pockets, and what magic could it help you with? Purse, wallet. This is perhaps an obvious one because it holds your money, or lack of. I think your purse makes a good spell pouch for prosperity magic. You can add things to your purse or wallet to help bring money in, such as basil or mint leaf, for instance. You can also dab peppermint oil on your purse to help the cash situation. Coins. These make excellent offerings, but there is some concern that dropping coins into wells can damage the water. I use coins on my altar as offerings. I also use them in prosperity spells, particularly the silver ones. Notes. Banknotes are also useful for prosperity magic, but also for spending. It is technically illegal to write or deface banknotes. If it wasn't, I would suggest drawing the infinity symbol or a fish for prosperity on the corner of any banknotes that come into your possession. This will help them multiply and keep coming back to you. But as that is very naughty, perhaps just trace a symbol onto the note with your finger. Keys. Keys hold so much magic. They can be used in spell working to unlock secrets, doorways, and portals, and new avenues of opportunity. A key can be used in love magic, your key to your heart. And keys are excellent to use in crossroads magic. Pen. The most organised among us will have a pen in their bag. This can be used to write sigils and symbols on any item, but also perhaps as a makeshift wand or athame. Pens speak of communication and creativity. Notepad. And super organised people will have a notepad in their bag. This can be used for all sorts of things. Sheets of paper for quick petitions springs to mind as the most obvious use. Sheets of paper can also be used to wrap ingredients for spells into a makeshift pouch. Plasters. Now we're getting into the seriously organised. Plasters are good for bringing a situation together, helping soothe and mend a situation, and even for quick binding. Feminine products. Tampons and sanitary towels carry a huge punch of feminine energy. If that's what you need, then these would be very useful. They also absorb, so they can be used to soak up any negative energy. Tissues. Not just for blowing your nose, although you could work some release magic by sending whatever it is you want to get rid of into the tissue and then disposing of it. Tissues can also be used as makeshift spell pouches. Tissues cleanse, clean, and wipe away. I think of them being connected to emotions too. Hairbrush. A hairbrush shows glamour and self-care. You can also use it to brush out negative energy. Hand sanitizer. Most of us have a bottle of this in our bags. This can be used to get rid of negative energy, to cleanse, clear, and dispel. Moisturiser. Gentle, soft and soothing. A blob of this can add the magic of gentle restoring and repairing. Mask. Again, we probably all have one of these in our bags. A mask is protection, but also hiding and shielding. Homework. Take a walk around your house and pick an item from each room to work magic with. Tell me what the item is and what magical properties you think it has and how you would work a spell with it. Work with a minimum of 3 rooms, more if you're inspired to. 2. Pick an item from your handbag, bag or pocket, something you carry with you regularly, and design a spell to use it. Detail that spell, include photos if possible. Work with the spell and write up your result and whether you would change any of it. 3. Write or design a spell to work magic with your mobile phone. Detail your spell and work with it. How did it go? 4. Write a mirror magic spell. Detail your spell, work with it, and let me know how it went. Homework for each lesson should be emailed to your mentor, Ness or Heather, support@kitchenwitchhearth.net. And for further study, we have Rachel's YouTube Household Magic playlist and Rachel's blog under the Magic tab.